So we have seen it all over the internet. We have heard about it. It has made headlines. It's been all over the news. ChatGPT is taking over right now. And if you have not played around with it, this video is for you because I'm going to go into the basics of ChatGPT that will allow you and give you the foundations to be able to best use this for personal reasons or for work, business, whatever that might be. But without knowing these fundamental practices of what ChatGPT is capable of, it'll be very hard to know how it can actually benefit you. Learning these benefits are so important because it is the future, and it is not only the future, it's here, guys. So it's so important to stay on top of. I can't stress this enough. I'm so excited to dive into this with you. There are 5 different use cases that I'm going to go over today. Again, these are foundations for beginners. So if you've already used ChatGPT 4, I do have other videos that are a little bit more advanced. But today, if you haven't started using it yet or just want to get to know the basics, make sure that you keep watching. And if you like what you see, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. And how rude of me, I haven't even introduced myself yet. I just get so excited about this. But my name's Alicia Waldner. This is the AI Girl channel, and I am your AI girl. Let's dive into it. One of the first capabilities, and one of the most basic with ChatGPT, is you can ask it facts. And you might be thinking, well, Alicia, I can do this with Google. Like Google search can do this. Why is this different? Well, you're gonna see that unlike Google, you can actually have a conversation. And that's what makes ChatGPT so different and so dynamic, because it's really like you're having a real life conversation with an encyclopedia. It can literally give you exactly what you need to the brim, and you could keep drilling it for more and more. And what's even crazier, in the matter of seconds. If you were to search on Google, this would take you a lot of time and a lot of flipping through websites to get these answers that you might need. But let's show you how it's done, and let's get this party started. Okay, so obviously you need to create an account in order to do what I'm doing. ChatGPT 3.5 is free, and that's what we're gonna be starting with. You might see that I have ChatGPT 4, but we're gonna ignore that today. That's for more of the advanced videos. But here, once you make an account, you're going to end up getting into this section here. I'm not sure if everybody can see the AIPRM. I don't believe I'm paying for it. I think I did, and then I backed out a little bit ago because I just didn't have time to look into it. But we're just gonna ignore all this stuff for now, and we're just gonna go all the way down to what matters most. And that is, at the bottom, we have this question. And this is where all the magic happens, guys. All the magic happens right here. So this first question, again, we're going to stick with facts. I am going to ask it a question. And that is, what year did Nordstrom start? So right here, immediately it answers, Nordstrom, the American luxury department store chain, was founded in the year 1901. Which is pretty crazy because when I think about it, I can't believe it's been around that long. I would have never expected that ever. So pretty crazy information right there. But okay, so this is what's fun. We can dive deeper. So let's say, who founded it? So within seconds, we find out who founded Nordstrom. And if you notice, I didn't have to retype Nordstrom. And that's because, think about it, when you're having a conversation with someone and you ask them about something, for example, when did Nordstrom start? They give you an answer. You're not going to have to repeat the word Nordstrom a million times. They already know what you're talking about. And that's the same thing with ChatGPT, which is so cool that you will never find on Google. So like I said, we can keep diving further and further. So we could even ask, why did they start it? And in seconds, we get this answer. And we could keep going further and further. So we can ask, how many stores are there currently? So within seconds, we get the answer of, as of my knowledge, cut off in September 2021, and it will tell you whether its database is in real time. And just to know, this is a good place to just pause for a minute. ChatGPT does not have real-time situation information. So if you're looking for something on the news or something that, obviously just happened, it does not go back that far. It does not have that capability. So obviously this technology we're hoping is going to get more and more advanced. But again, this is still really cool. And I love that it at least tells us and informs us that, hey, this information was backed by this time. So again, this is what's really, really cool about it is the conversation element, and you could keep diving deeper and you don't have to go through all these different pages to get all those answers. We just got it in a matter of probably 10 seconds. So heading over to the next use case, this is where you can ask ChatGPT for suggestions. So if you are curious about something, you can literally talk to it and it can give you suggestions about life. So for example, I have several different businesses outside of just this AI Girl channel. Thank God, because I'm not making any money off of this. This is brand new, hopefully one day. But I'm curious about the top 5 books on how to grow your business. So I just asked ChatGPT, what are the top 5 books for growing your business? And within seconds, we get a list of a bunch of different books. And it even goes into detail of the author and the titles and all of that. And we can keep going further. So we could even say, so I just asked it a little bit of a challenging question. So out of these 5 suggestions, I asked, out of the 5 you suggested, which one is more targeted for a business that is predicated off of a pop-up model? So it gives us the one. Among the 5 books suggested, The Lean Startup by Eric Ries would be particularly relevant for a business model that is predicated on pop-ups. So you could see, again, you could have a conversation. So if we were on Google, we'd have to search like, which one is right for me and my business model and how do I know? And instead, we get to find that out in seconds. So again, this is the conversation element that I'm speaking about. We could even go further. And just to give another example, just make sure we're all the way down here. We might ask, what would you say I do every morning to be the most productive? So again, it could be your guide, it could be your mentor, and within seconds, it breaks this down. It says, plan your day, start with a healthy routine, tackle the most important tasks first, minimize distractions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What's even crazier, and this would be more in the advanced piece, but we can actually ask it to make a schedule for us. So definitely check that out. I will have that in another video in the future. But again, we understand the suggestions piece and what it can do for us in the matter of seconds. So the next piece that people are really geeking out on is the language translation part. So you're probably thinking very similar to me, oh my God, Google's so easy. I just type it in and it gives it to me within seconds. Well, yes, that's facts, but how many times do we do that and it's still not fully on point? And you're showing it to someone and they're still like batting you an eye, like don't understand. The cool thing about ChatGPT, and from what I hear, not saying that I can approve this fully, but it picks up on social cues. So it's really able in context. So it's really able to understand the different languages and how to interpret things from, English to Spanish in a way where everything will really translate, if that makes sense. So because of that, things are often not left behind or confused in the process of trying to translate or talk to someone. All right, so for example, let's pretend we're in Paris and we want to order a cappuccino and a croissant. Here is a use case of how we can use ChatGPT to answer that question. So I'm in Paris and I would like to order a croissant with a cappuccino. Can you please translate this question into, I wrote into English, into French, and as well, show me how to pronounce it. So immediately, let's go back up here. We can see this is how we ask for, may I please have a croissant and cappuccino? And then it breaks it out on how to pronounce it. So I'm not even going to try to embarrass myself, guys, in front of you all with trying to figure out how to pronounce this, but you can see how great this is within the matter of seconds. Again, with giving us the whole how to say it and taking our sentence literally right from the bat. And so we can also do it very similar to how we might do this in Google, where we type translate this to Chinese. And what I have in here, I'd like to go to the Eiffel Tower and sit with my loved ones. And within seconds, it gives us Chinese. And what's crazy is I didn't even ask it to teach me how to pronounce it. But again, this is why it's really cool to have the conversations, because it just automatically assumed that we might want that. And again, this is the cool technology with ChatGPT. And right there, we get how to pronounce that. And if I didn't want to attempt French, I am definitely not going to want to attempt to do Chinese. So we're going to keep this moving forward to the next use case, but I hope you got a lot of value out of that. So the next use case is comparison. So if you are confused, you're maybe making a shopping decision or just whether you want to be vegan or not, or all those things, you can literally do a comparison and ask ChatGPT to break these things down for you. Again, you could go to blogs online and figure this out. But if you have detailed questions and you wanted to dive deeper and deeper into that topic, this is what it's for. So the one that I thought of completely off the bat was, can you please compare Mercedes versus Land Rover? So let's see what it does for us. All right, so in seconds we have here the differences. It talks about brand history and reputation, and it lays them out very cleanly where we can clearly see, okay, this is where it's talking about Land Rover and Mercedes. And every single time it does that, vehicle range and models, performance and technology, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if we wanted to keep going with this, we could keep asking it questions. We could try something funny, and I'm just going to do this, is which one would you buy? Let's just see what it says. So yeah, so it's like, oops, nope, we cannot do that. Ooh, did I just get kicked out of ChatGPT? Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Let's try a new one. Let's going to go to a new chat. So I guess it's a little sensitive. We're learning here. But yeah, so you can literally go into comparison. And what's cool is what I also wanted to do is show you guys a different way that you can ask for certain formatting. So first time I just asked, can you please compare Mercedes versus Land Rover, but this time I am asking, please write this in a table format. So this is what's pretty mind-blowing about it is if we wanted to see it and the differences in a table format, we can literally ask it to do that. And you see within seconds, it created a table. So depending on what you're looking for and what you ask, ChatGPT, again, could do it. So don't let your creativity get tapped. If there's something that you're looking for and you want to see it, just ask. So the last component of this is creative writing. And this is the one that you probably heard about the most. This is the one that a lot of writers are freaking out over because it is pretty insane what this can do. And again, a lot of people write every single day, whether they are actual writers or they're writing emails or they're writing, essays, whatever that is. Research writing is just a big component of how we communicate. So imagine how crazy this is that it can literally write things for us in ways that we never thought, because the writing can happen now in seconds. So for example, I'm going to ask it, write a story about a girl who went to school and met a new best friend. And immediately we get a whole story, and there's even some dialogue that we're noticing here, which is pretty crazy. And the story is a little bit long. I'm not sure how many words it is, but that's what's really cool about ChatGPT is you can literally say exactly what you're looking for. So we can to have the same prompt and then write, please write this in 300 words. Use humor. And that's what's really cool is if we wanted to make this story funny, again, let's not tap our imagination. We can make the story funny. And within seconds, we get a 300-word story that's more than likely funny. We don't have time to read it right now, but I assure you there is humor in there. So it's really cool too. Again, we could move this story over to something else. So we can say, please write this story into a poem. I didn't even finish the word poem, but it literally went in there, and now we have a story and a poem about how a girl met her best friend while she was going to school. And it all rhymes, and it's incredible. You could go down there and get the specifics of exactly the type of rhyming that you want. But again, this is just very generic for you to understand its capabilities. And the last one that I'm going to share is how to get it to write blogs for you. This is the one that everybody, again, is going crazy over. So in 400 words, can you write a blog about how to lose weight, make this funny and entertaining? And so here we can see we have an introduction, which is obviously what we need for a blog. And then it breaks down just like a blog would, all the different topics and categories. And then it ends it off with a conclusion. So again, guys, this is just the beginning of the capabilities of it. There are so many other use cases that I'm not able to share in just this video. So I will be having more come out with about ChatGPT specifically, but make sure that you go in there, you play around with it, you get to learn it, let it train and learn who you are. And again, this is like your online best friend in a way that will get to know you, that will have conversations with you, and that will help you complete whatever tasks that you need, what questions you might have. And it's just so important just to explore and just have fun and to learn it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video of the basics of ChatGPT and the different prompts and use cases that you can use it with. Again, this is just the foundations, so there's so much more, so make sure that you are staying on top of it. And you can do that by liking and subscribing to this channel. Again, my name's Alicia Waldner. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time on the AI Girl channel.